All right, what you got going on?
We've got another Boogie van project. Pretty much all Bell South or even up into the 90s. These vans, you're most likely gonna find a blue dash in them, especially if they're a white work van. And which that's great if you got a blue theme going on, but I just recently bought some Duplicolor vinyl, kind of like just dash paint. We're gonna go for flat black, but today's goal is to tear all the wood off of it, all the stickers off the dash, get it all prepped, and if time allows, we'll be spraying paint by the end of the day. And when it's all put back together, it'll have a nice flat black look to it. But there's a lot of stuff that's gotta come apart.
Yeah,
so.
you'll have to call. Hey, you're gonna have to call whoever you got the stickers from and get you some replacement stickers.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put those in a scrapbook or something. But anyway, it's gonna be like any paint work. It's 95% prep and then about 5% paint. So all the fun stuff is about to happen now. So gonna start tearing stuff out and we'll see what we wind up with. I've never painted a dash before, so if I mess this up, don't be too hard on me.
That's what he's got going on. I'm working a little bit on the shop today. We got some weather coming in this weekend. Hurricane Ivan. Is it Ian. Hurricane Ian is coming in, and it looks like it's gonna. Today's Wednesday. Yeah. Today's Wednesday. It looks like we're gonna be hit with some rain. Friday and Saturday pretty heavy, so I'm doing a little shop maintenance. Ivan just finished putting the gas tank back in his Javelin. Gonna pull it out. I'm gonna clean the gutters out in the shop because they're not bad, but sometimes when it rains real heavy it'll overflow and we get a little water under the door. And where we've got the pipe, the wood stove pipe going out through the ceiling is leaking a little bit, so I'm gonna actually take that down, patch it up, and run our pipe out the back and up this year, so we won't have to worry about that. But just today, doing a little bit of maintenance, getting ready for this weekend, and Seth will be doing his van, and I'm probably this afternoon probably gonna get Timothy finish up the wood on it, and we've got to go. We've got to make a trip to Roanoke, Virginia tomorrow to pick up a Jeep truck for our buddy Tim. So we're gonna make a video of that too. Hopefully we'll see some cool stuff and maybe stop and get a chance to look at some other stuff on the way. So we'll keep you posted on all that stuff and what's happening.
All right, luckily 80% of this dash is held together with these Phillips head screws. That's the word I was looking for, Phillips head. Phillips head screws everywhere, so even the dog box cover, cup holders, everything. So got my handy dandy screwdriver and just gonna start going at it. We are apart and disassembled. So just gonna start cleaning, wiping stuff down, peeling stickers off. You got the little dog box cover there. I'm gonna take all my wood trim pieces and stuff and sand those down, get those ready. May stain those a darker color along with the cup holders and the little travel box thing. But I'm gonna take all the stickers off, get this ready for paint. The only thing is I'm not sure how that trim here is attached. So I guess we'll find that out. If not, I think I'm just gonna have to get fancy with some tape and cover that up, but we shall see. But just gonna start peeling stickers and cleaning up. All right, just got some cleaning stuff and getting all the sticker residue off of here. It's a little tough, but gonna clean all the parts now. Got places like that where you can still see the residue and stuff. That's gonna be a little tough getting off, but just gonna wipe it all down and let it sit. And while it's sitting and drying before painting, I'll try to maybe do some work on the cup holders and all the wood pieces. But where we're at right now. All right, got all the pieces masked off. Some of this I didn't mask off because cup holders and other trim pieces are going to be covering it up anyway. So I was just going to fog around them. So I wasn't too worried about getting 100% full coverage as long as I got the pieces that you're going to see. So, but we're going to try this out here in the sun. Letting these cans warm up a little bit. We'll see how she does. This is where we're at. That's just one coat on these pieces. While that was drying, went ahead and prepped all this to paint. I'm not too concerned, like I said, with a little bit of overspray, or for some places just don't get touched up, because there's a lot of trim that has to go back, and also there might be a shag piece for the dash at the top part. So you know, if I miss a few places, it's not that big a deal. You know, I got some stuff like this to fight around, but I'm sure I can work with that. But just wanted to tape off the main pieces, and it's not like I'm gonna douse the whole thing. So we're just gonna take it a little bit at a time and see how she goes. So there's our first coat. This stuff lays down really flat. And I'm not just talking about like the color, but I had some spots that puddled a little bit and they laid on out and flattened out. So, and this stuff dries pretty quick. I expected the flat black to dry quick anyway, but I mean, I went ahead and hit some spots twice and it already dried. This has got 2 coats on it now, but just gonna let everything set up, maybe mess around with some of the wood trim, come back, add another coat, but want to make sure this thing has plenty of paint on it. That way if it does get scratched or any light scratches, it's not gonna really affect it. So, but got a little bit of overspray on the windshield, but nothing a little thinner won't take care of. All right, back from another coat. Gonna start sanding all the pieces here, getting all this prep and ready for stain and some epoxy, I think. So that will be cool. Or polyurethane, not epoxy, polyurethane. So here we go. right. All stained up. Gonna let all this soak in. Yeah, after seeing this stuff wet, it's definitely getting the clear gloss on everything. So just letting all this dry. Let's go back out here and see how the dash is doing. If it's looking all right, I can go ahead and start putting some of this together. Oh yeah, I'll put one more coat before coming in and doing that, I think. A little test spot here. I'd say that's pretty dry. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and by the time I get done cleaning up, we'll start putting this thing back together. All right, with the wood pieces drying, this is about all I can put back together for now. It's the CV. Gotta wait for my cup holders, things like that. But check out that trim. And of course, cup holders are gonna cover all this up. So I really dig the black. Looks like something important going on. Well, while I'm waiting for everything to dry, I have this rope here that needs to be put down. I got some liquid nail. Just got to figure out how to attach it to the wood, not the metal. But I think I may do that and then run some polyurethane on top of that. Make that look nice and slick looking. What do you have to say about it, Woodman?
Man, I love it. I'm still screwing with this car, man.
That's what I got to say, brother.
Let's hook up this center console. So the first thing I gotta do is hook up all my wires, and got a cool little LED light, or not LED, but it came out of that conversion van. Got a cool little light under the cup holders that come on when I turn my lights on at night. So that, you hook up that and the cigarette lighter. And for those that don't know, every time you take your dog box off, you have to undo all this. So that's the only drawback, but especially you got wires and stuff. But let's see. There's usually 2 clips up here, but obviously they're broken. So I just went in through the sides of the display here. And you got these 2 fancy, actually, I need to take it back off. Get those off. The screws down here. I don't know why the washers are offset like this, but that's how all of them are from the factory. So that's actually screws into the dog box. We'll get those out first, and then we'll pop it up in there. All right. That goes back into place. Get those 2 nuts at the bottom. One. And then there's the other. Now I just need to get my tech screws that I can literally put in by hand. This is enough to hold the whole thing up here. But one side. The other side. And once I tighten up the bottom screws, they're big enough, the whole thing won't slip and slide nowhere. Almost. Yeah, those bottom ones secure it pretty well. Absolutely nowhere. You gotta have your CV mic. That back. Bam, got the whole dash back together, painted black. Looking really nice. I really dig how this come out. I'm definitely happy with this. Dark wood, a little bit of shag. Heck yeah. All right, so there you have it. Got it parked in the sun here so you can see all the wood. The dash came out. I'm really happy with it. It's gonna look perfect. Got all my cables and stuff for charging phones back in there. All the little road essential things. Super stoked with that come out. We got the congregation show coming up on the 8th, so I got all the goals I had set out to do except one, which is paint on the outside. But like I said, we got the headliner done, the floor, the dash, and I got a whole, well, the rest of this week, this weekend, and next week. So who knows? Maybe some paint will happen. But I'm stoked about the dash because that's something. That was one of the first things I said I was gonna do to separate it and make it not look like a 90s work van, is paint the dash. So super stoked with how that happened. Just went back and darkened up some of the wood a little bit. And I was gonna clear it, but I don't know, it's still a little tacky, but once that dries, it's gonna kind of dry flat like the dash, so I think that'll complement it very well.